Hello and welcome to a first look at Hexguardian. I know it's been a long time since I did a first look. I was kind of swept up in the hype of Slice and Dice for a bit, but this game came out yesterday on May 2nd, and I took a look at it and said, oh, that looks cool. I want to try that. So I am. This is a roguelike tower defense. I covered a game very similar to this called Rogue Tower, which you may remember a little while back, where you build out the map as you play. It's cool, and I like this genre of game a lot. I think they're very fun and satisfying. So I'm gonna take a look. This game is $10 until May 16th, and then it goes up to $12. It's 20% off. You know, not quite. It's $9.59, and you have to do your local conversions if you're outside of the US. It's developed by a developer named Split Second Games, which I had not heard of before, and I think they hadn't made any games before this. And it's published by the Yogscast, which I didn't know they ran a publishing studio, but yeah, Yogscast. They're I think there's more of them now. It was originally just two guys, right? They're like a YouTube channel that spread, and it's like one of those networks that was around back in the early 2010s, like Machinima and the Creatures and things like that, where people would sign into labels, which doesn't really happen anymore. I think everyone just does it on their own. Anyway, beside the point. And yeah, I think that's all of the information I need to tell you about this game. I was not sent a key for this game. That's the other thing. A lot of the first looks, I am sent a key. I try to remember to disclose they sent me a key. I was not sent a key for this one. It wasn't available. I picked it up myself, which is fine. It's cheap. I don't mind. I'm not like, oh no, my money. It doesn't matter to me that much. Anyway, let's get to it. So first and foremost, of course, the options menu. It's fine. It is, it's very default options menu type beat, a bunch of drop downs, but change the resolution. There's only three languages, English, and then the two versions of Chinese, and volume sliders. I've moved on from caring about the options. It's not who I am anymore. However, this is a very minor thing to me, but it is missing, as you'll notice here, the option to keep audio running when you tab out. I always like that option to be able to be turned on, but I think that's mostly just like a streaming thing because it's nice to be able to tab out without having the sound quit. But anyway, it has a little wiki in the game which lets you just go look at all of the buildings, all of the units, all of this stuff. And there's a lot of stuff in this game. There's a lot of stuff in this game. And the other thing I've noticed is that this game is very hard. I thought for a while this game was impossible until I clicked on this talents tree and saw all of this stuff. So at the end of every run, you get trophies, and the trophies get spent to upgrade your talents, and it's like a little web here. You start with the arrow tower, cannon tower, ice tower, and the archery range, and then you can unlock as you go. I took more money, more health, a new tower, and of course, more money. Because I like money. And let's get into it, shall we? So there are, how many levels? 5. Looks like there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, so 5 levels plus a roguelike challenge. What is this? Changes every time. Choose up to 3 card sets out of 6 to build a deck. Oh, that's cool. How do you unlock this? So you unlock each of the next set of levels by beating the earlier levels, and there's also easy, hard, and crazy, which crazy has a leaderboard for each level. The high score right now is 32 days, which is impressive. I've been dying on 9 on easy, so I'm gonna play Grassland on easy to give you an example. Yeah, best is 9 days, but there's a decent amount of content. I don't know how different the different levels are. I assume it's different enemies and such, but I believe on hard, yeah, there's a boss on the 10th day. Oh yeah, there's attributes. Okay, there are more houses, light damage is enhanced, fire damage is enhanced. Oh, interesting. There are Oasis tiles, production built on Oasis tiles produce faster. Oh, so there's like different traits on each map. That's cool. I'm just gonna play Grassland for this. Now, as you can probably guess, this is a pretty straightforward idea. The map builds out as you play. I'm gonna pause here, by the way, while I explain. You have health, income, which you get money every day, and you get money for killing enemies. Tiles, which you use to expand the map, which you'll see pretty quickly here. And then I don't know what this is. Pray for blessings at the castle. I haven't gotten that deep into the game, so there's much more stuff to do. And then yeah, you just build towers. We're gonna build an arrow tower here. The towers go up in price every time you buy them, so it's to encourage diversity, right? Like this is 100, 150, 200, and so on. It is very similar to Rogue Tower in a lot of ways, I think, and that game was also just blisteringly hard. But, you know, you can level up the towers up to 3 times, you can sell them for 80% cost, and yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna hit the advance to night. The timer's always ticking, but you can pause at will and fast forward at will, which is nice. Now the enemies drop money when they die, and I think every X number of kills you get land tiles, and then at the start of every day you get to buy a new card. These are either going to be new towers or upgrades. I'm going to take the fire tower because we do bonus fire damage on this map, it said. So I'll pause here. Start at day 2. Let me turn up the music a little bit. I think everything's a little off. It was like way too loud for me for a while. The music is pretty catchy. I think right about there is fine. Okay, so with these land tiles, we get to place new lands. Now, the lands are, like, the tiles are, like, different, I guess. So this tile is all road tiles, and it moves the enemy spawn points back, but it is also going to split the spawns. I'm actually just going to throw this off to the side because it seems bad. And then this is a water tile. Some of these tiles will come with buildings on them like this. This mansion here will give me plus $8 per minute. Now, I don't know what it means by per minute, to be honest with you. I'm not sure how the game measures a minute. It's not like a real life minute, but, you know. Here's another one. We'll go here. That's a house. We're going to want to try to group our houses together because I'm going to put down boosting buildings later, but that's for later. But I do feel like it is pretty worthwhile. You can also rotate the tiles here, but the tiles have to link up. So like this water tile can't be placed on this square here because it doesn't link to water, for an example. Actually, I kind of want to put it like this. Nah. I'll go here. It's fine. And then you can also click the enemies that are spawning in to see what path they're gonna take. Although I think it gets fucked up when you're paused. Yeah, you see. Yeah, the path is just like creeping along. We'll put a fire tower down. My only real complaint right now is I think it's a little awkward to move around on the map. You can do it with WASD, but this is a game that you can pretty much play entirely with your mouse. So it gets to be a little weird when you're, especially when you're placing tiles, it gets weird because there's no confirmation when you're placing tiles, so you can very easily accidentally left click. This fire tower, by the way, just shoots fire and does a little damage over time effect. I think fire damage also, yeah, it says here, when the target's on fire, if they're attacked, they lose HP. Also interesting. So here I can either take a new tower or I can go for the upgrade to the arrow tower. I think you can only upgrade 3 times. I'm not 100% on that system though. I'm going to unlock archery ranges. And we're fighting spearmen, which are good at fighting mounted infantry, which obviously we don't have any infantry. Well, I want to go put this... Can I get it? Not quite. I'd like to have put it in a way where I could link all of these houses together, but I guess it's fine like this. I'll do an archery range here so you can see this. There's the other type of tower here, of course, is the units, which I'm sure you've seen before in many other games. Place units, they go rally. It's, as you can imagine. However, you can put them in the road and they will just fight the enemies. Archers, obviously, you don't, but there are melee enemies, or melee units, which I haven't unlocked yet, which can go out in the road. I should be fine. I could upgrade the arrow tower. I'm not too afraid, though, because I just put down this archery tower. Or archery range, I guess. And you can, as you can imagine, it's, you take damage if the enemies make it into your castle, and if you run out of lives, you die. Oh yeah, the other thing about this game is you can right-click enemies to have your units target them. That was the other piece of tech. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the archer level up because I love archers. They're so cool. My only other real criticism about this game is that there's no off-screen indicator about where the enemies are spawning. So you'll notice if I'm like looking over here, building on my defenses, I can completely miss enemy spawns from these paths over here, which has happened to me a few times, but it's not the end of the world. I'm gonna... The biggest thing that kills me in this game is just like this water path, basically. If I don't get a tile, will eventually just become hard to stop because the enemies are going to be basically spawning right on top of me and it's hard to get any coverage here. But I'm going to upgrade the archery range. They don't have infinite rally, by the way. They can only go a certain distance, as you can see. I'm going to put them here because I'm most worried about dying to boats. Although I guess I should actually be respecting this more. Could maybe go for like a fire tower. Most of the difficulty of this game is just in trying to get good coverage. And like, it's mostly min-maxing closing off paths because you can, in this game, actually just close paths off. I haven't gotten the opportunity yet, but sometimes you'll get a way, like you can basically create a loop. Like if I had a way to link land to sea, which I don't actually think there are, you could loop though and then close this spawn right off. Not that I have anything for that here. Oh, I am disrespecting these knights, by the way. I'm gonna tell my archers to deal with this. But it's a lot of there is a lot of difficulty, I think, in we'll do a chance of critical hit up. There's a lot of difficulty in the building of the paths more than there is in the actual gameplay. The enemies scale up at a rate where eventually they just become unstoppable, I have found. But maybe that's just a skill issue, to be honest. Oh, see, like, look at this. I almost missed these boats over here. I will, I think, go just this way, I suppose. I'm just kind of extending the path, although I need to make sure that I extend this path. Because it's definitely where I'm going to die. I don't know. Doesn't seem too exciting. I think we'll do this. These guys get a little more challenging now. I can move my archers over to fight the boats, and I think these archers should win versus the boats. So I probably just need to go, like, what do you think? Maybe one archery tower here? So the fire tower makes them take bonus damage when they're on fire, and I can upgrade the arrow tower to get extra shots. It'll shoot extra arrows at weak enemies nearby. Or sorry, weaker arrows at the next closest enemy. So I bet you, like, light them on fire and then the ricochet damage from the arrows will do well. Perhaps. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, it looks fine. I'll go to fast forward here. Oh, my archers are actually a little bit less good. Now, in the middle of the day, you can extend the path. By the way, I haven't been doing it because I'm kind of just letting it ride. There's a lot to go over very quickly, but I can, like, plant this and then it won't actually extend the enemy spawns because they had already mostly spawned, but you can... This is not a turn-based game. It is, like, at your leisure. Critical hit damage up. I think I took crit chance, right? Pretty sure I took crit chance on these guys. You can check. Yeah, critical hit chance up by 40%, damage up by quite a bit. Ah, yeah, here it is. See this, like, little tiny path here I left open? What are you gonna do? Like right here. So this is, it'll extend actually because of the ramp, but if I had a little bit of a different tile, I could have closed that off. A treasure chest? Ooh, I haven't seen that before. Here, I'm gonna pause if you don't mind. Oh, I got a ton of space for this. How fortunate. That treasure chest also very good. I've not seen that before. 39 axemen. The axemen are, as it said there, they're like, there's a lot of them, but they are weak. They have low HP. I'm mostly worried about these 11 boats. So I think what I'll do is I'll go put another arrow tower. Kind of liking this arrow tower, fire tower combo. And I think, actually, can I get my archers all the way over here? Not quite, they're just out of range. So I guess they'll just go like, here is fine. A little closer. I just want them to not be standing in the road, because they will if you're not careful, and you can't manually move the archers. They will just stand in the road and get killed for fun. You would think lighting their boats on fire would be like a bonus, you know, they just sink. It's like a classic loss for boats, right? Get set on fire. But I suppose not. And we got a little bit of extra coverage here, so I'm not too worried. I'm pretty bad at games like this, I feel like. I have a lot of trouble with planning out things like the tiles. I'll go fire tower. But it's hard to tell in this game if I'm actually bad or if I just have to finish the unlocks, you know? We have 21 spear cavalry. Which is gonna, this will push them back this way. We need to get this tile down for the money though, for sure. Gives me a lot of room, which is nice. Maybe I can... I really want to show off closing a loop, but it's like impossible, it feels like, to get it. I've been trying hard, but they just don't want to close off. Get these archers all the way over here? They're not stuck in the road. Well, you can see the lines of the path the enemies are going to take on the map. Like, it flashes every now and then. I saw it there. Right around today or tomorrow is when I tend to just lose. Was it day 7? Yeah, right around now is when my runs tend to end. But I did level up a few times, so who knows. These boats that are spawning in have armor on them, which I don't know what the difference is. I think it's like maybe it reduces damage. Oh, look at this, I'm actually crushing. Well, maybe not crushing, but I'm not taking any damage. Chance to ignite the ground. I wonder, can you ignite water? Can I set water on fire? I wonder. We have bonus fire damage, so I'm in on fire. 13 boats. Is that it? Just 13 boats? No. 12 knights, okay. These knights are pretty tough. I think I'll do archery here. I'm guessing maybe fire is good versus armor. What do you think? Like, it makes sense, doesn't it? But we want to try to put these towers in a way where they're actually going to get multiple rounds of value. That's my feeling anyway. And I'm just going to try to buy things that are cheaper. I'm not 100% sure on upgrading versus buying. Like, I get new towers here, is it right? Maybe. Hard to say. I'm just gonna place some more tiles, I guess. Oh, that was it. The cost to place tiles goes up, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that, but it does go up over the course of the run as well. Which is why I'm not just putting down like 7 or 8 tiles there. How's it look? Ooh. Not great. I gotta say. But look at the fire. It's, you get to the point here where I think you just have to start focus firing here. Like, you let every now and then you let a boat get by. I can't. Like, I'll let this boat go, and we'll just start bleeding a little bit here and there. Because there's not a lot you can do about it. Although maybe if I tell my archers to switch targets? The micromanaging of targets is interesting, I think. I don't hate it, but it is like, I think that you can get super min-maxy and just spam pause to maximize targeting, which I am not going to be doing. We'll go arrow tower damage up. 47 axemen, 16 cavalry, 13 fast boats. The fast boats are going to rip me apart. The 47 axemen are probably the least threatening because they go through 4 towers. I think these cavalry are the worst. Let's see if we can... Oh yeah, so here we go. I get to close one off. Like that. And when you close it off, you automatically get the upgrade, or the rewards for the wave. So all of the tiles that I would have gotten for that wave, I get. Now, there is a downside to closing off paths, which is there's a certain amount of enemies that are meant to spawn. And if you close off too many paths like this, the next wave of enemies will be stronger. Like, they'll just get powered up on you. But I got to close off 2 paths here, which was very good. And that means I'm gonna go drop a fire tower here and probably upgrade it. And maybe even one of these. I don't really care a ton for the extra arrows, though, here. I feel like there's not a whole lot of multi-targeting we're doing. This is just, can I clear a bunch of single targets now? I am gonna make a new record here. How exciting. But you can set the water on fire. That's nice. Yeah, these 4 archers are gonna clean house. It's not close. But I did wipe out like 3/4 of the wave, so, you know. It's a hollow victory. I guess I could go for a new tower. Flying units. Oh, wow. Maybe what I need to do here is... I haven't seen flying units yet, by the way. This is all uncharted territory. If I can close this off, I would feel pretty good. I cannot. Okay. Let's try getting a cannon tower or 2, since they're cheaper, because I just bought them. You can throw 2 cannon towers in front of the spearmen here. And... oh, these sailboats are gonna tear me apart. I have no game plan for that. I can't even hit them. I think it might be over. Oh, we can get our archers over here. And now I can get a little bit of damage, because you can see the path, like... I don't actually know. Do they just have to go right in? I guess we'll see. We can get another archer over here. Careful of airships, they ignore roads and move directly towards the castle. Oh shit. And they're just spawning right here. Oh, they're pretty weak though. At least that. The boats are just going around. Oh fuck. Well, my bad. The cannon towers feel like the ones where you really do need to be min-maxing your targeting, because they'll just waste their shots otherwise. Yeah, I'm gonna lose here. Okay, the airships aren't too bad though. They go down pretty easy. But yeah, I cannot stop these sailboats from just ripping me up here. Oh wait. Hold. I killed one. Not okay. But that's it. Again, I die on 9 days. And that's 130 trophies I got. But it's generally speaking, it's things like this that kill me, where it's like, oh yeah, and here's one path that I didn't quite ever get to close off on. And goodbye. I'm dead now. 11 boats just walk in and I have no damage, because the enemies scale up to a point where you can't kill them over here. And so it's probably like you have to go through and sell a bunch of towers and min-max like that. That's my experience anyway. But now I can show you off a little bit more of the talent system. You can... I just clicked on that on accident, I forgot. Increase the attack of towers besides water within the area of effect. Summons thunder, deals double damage to boats and flying enemies. Kind of cool. Stuff like this. I think this is like a blessing, maybe. I don't know. Choose a blessing on day 2. There's a bunch of stuff to dig into here that I haven't even gotten to. Inspire allies in range. Like, I think these are single-use powers, maybe. You can get extra upgrade card chances. You can get new units, things like that. But very importantly, to help with the bloat, which I think is a great idea, for every 8 points you spend in the talent tree, you get a lock. So if I want to, I can just say like, oh, you know what I thought was really bad there? Cannon towers. And now I can lock them, and I will not see this in my runs until I unlock it. So you can tailor your runs in a good way. But yeah, it gets pretty expensive out at the edge. But also, you know, 10,000 trophies, 20% tower attacks. I expect that it's going to take a lot of time to actually fill out this talent tree, which is a good or a bad thing, depending on how you feel. I used to be, start me out with everything, please let me unlock all, but I see the merit in having to go piecemeal and unlock as you go. I get it, and I think it makes for a fun experience to like learn as you go, but you know, to each their own. I'm gonna stop it here. I don't feel like doing another run. I think I covered the game pretty well overall. And yeah, I recommend this game. I think it's a lot of fun. I love these kinds of games. I love these roguelike tower defenses where you build out the map. I think they're a lot of fun. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave me a like, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll have links in the description to pick the game up for yourself if you want to try it. Have a good one.